What's up, guys? John here. On April 8th, 2024, a solar eclipse is coming, and this will be the last one for the next 20 years.
On April 8th, a total eclipse of the sun will plunge millions of viewers from daylight into darkness,
making this upcoming one historically significant. The best way to prepare: fill up on gas, food.
However, this solar eclipse, they're doing some unique preparation, one of which they're closing hundreds of schools across the entire country.
More schools across North Texas are planning to, go dark for the eclipse.
They have the National Guard ready. They are telling people to stock up on at least a full tank of gas and 2 weeks worth of food, letting people know cell phones might be down, Wi-Fi might be down, people might be completely off the grid for a little bit. Now, when you start to look at some things like this, America's power grid is at risk of buckling this winter. This is from a regulator. And they've been talking a lot about the power grid, saying that there's issues with this power grid and it needs to be updated. It hasn't been updated in decades.
Extreme weather and climate change is making America's aging energy grid more vulnerable.
Well, when you look at the chain of events that we're likely walking into, you have to ask yourself the big question: what's going to happen next? When you look at just the last year, every week, every month, it's been some breaking story, some really big event, and then the next day it becomes, just distant memory. Are we walking into the big one? I don't.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Shemi, Shai, Hashem, Kodash, that will honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Milson and rule well. Salutation to the Akim preaching the truth, to the four corners of the in sincerity. But this is Brother Yakala again, coming to you, another lesson. Lord is going to be edifying through the Spirit, right? And as the title reads, they know. Trust me. You understand? They know. When I say they know, it goes back to the elites. You understand? They know about what's coming. They know that they have a short time. You understand? Their eyes always on the prophets, as the scriptures say. They know they set their eyes privily against the poor, which the poor really represents us, right? They set their eyes privily, which go back to privately. They're always looking at us and looking at everything we say, because they know that from the time the prophets arrive on the scene, the end was close, right? So this devil is going to try to make his move, right? But I want to start off in this precept here. Let me just share the screen. I want to start off with the Romans, the 10th chapter. Right, this is Romans 10 and verse 15, and it reads, "And how shall we preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things." And the reason why I brought that precept is because to us, there will be glad tidings. This gospel is glad tidings. Hearing about the destruction of Babylon, which is the trampling of our enemies. All these things will be glad tidings unto us. But unto them, it is like a reproach unto them. The hatred for us, and knowing that they're going to be sitting in the dust, knowing that all these things are going to start to happen unto them. It's like it is something tragic. They never experienced it before. They never been cleaning pots before. They never been on their knees working. The global elites, right? They never been, scrubbing. No. They never been doing what Jake doing. To ram it up in a nutshell. They never been doing that. So these things that coming, frightening unto them, right? But unto us, it'll be glad tidings, right? Now let's get Revelation to back up this precept. Bear with me here. Right, this is Revelation 19. Right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 10. "And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Right? Right? So okay, I'm read it over. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Going back to the precept that I just read, just going into that, what we're doing is not just, preaching the gospel, but also prophesying as well too. Meaning that the things that we say it before it happened, which is the words of the Lord. We represent the mouth of the Lord, so that they know that as well too. So when they see us preaching these things and they see us prophesying, they know that it's the Lord speaking, and they have a hatred for the Lord. What makes them have a hatred for us? You understand? And that's why I entitled the video that they know. Right? They know these things. And they know what we saying is true. You understand? Go back to Wisdom of Solomon 2. Where the wicked, what they do. They say, let us see if his words be true. You understand? So in time to come, everything is going to come to pass. But they also know and fear the things that we say when we say that they're going to put them into slavery. You know that the Yahweh Shai is coming to take them off the throne. They fear that they're going to be in chains and all this stuff. Right? These Edomites. So I wouldn't dilly-dally anymore. I'll just go straight into the precepts. Right? Let's be out here. I'm going to the book of John. We're going to look at John 9. Right? And I'll read from verse 5 or verse 4. Be out here. This is the book of John chapter 9 and from verse 4 straight to the point. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. And this is the part here. The night cometh. To think about it. The video that I played before it started, what they know and what happened, and they actually, we as men of the Lord, we know that these elites, they wait for a solar eclipse. They wait for all kind of things to do their witchcrafts and hold their meetings, but they are frightened. You understand? They station and they're doing some weird things as we saw in the beginning of the video. They station the National Guard. They said they have schools, hundreds of schools closed on that day. You understand? They're doing a lot of things. They're doing too much. Right? But we have to ask ourselves, why they doing all these things? What they know that we don't know. You understand? Really, the public, because the masses, they wouldn't know. Right? Because we know that the night is coming. They actually say that they might not have no internet. It might not have no. They are the ones that are making it so. You understand? Speeding up their agenda. Because why? They need to forward their agenda to think that they could fill their belly as pursuant to the book of Job before they run out of time. Revelation 12 and 12. Right? The devil is going to come on with great wrath. And by knocking off the grid, which is knocking off the power, no internet, no Wi-Fi, all these things, they could begin their reset. You understand? So we don't have to be shocked when we see in the near future that there's no internet. You understand? You're always talking about it. No internet to spread no word and beginning a famine, and the word has already begun. You understand? In certain countries where was a trending topic where they said that that hate speech is going to be a crime now. Preaching the Bible in the open is a crime. So we understand that was the beginning of famine of the word. It's only going to increase. The Lord is dealing with gradualism. Right? So what's the next step? It could be the internet. It could be anything. Anywhere the men of the Lord are. They could be banning us on the streets. But at the end of the day, we know that is the Lord doing. And they all they're doing is fucking their own self. You understand? Speeding up prophecies. The Lord say, what? He'll make a short work. You understand? The Lord say that. He's going to make a short work. Right now, I want to have the precept. Like I believe that it's Romans 9, I believe. Let me see if I get that real quick. They're going to make a short work in this place. That's why he said, pray for a few days. You know, pray for a few days. You know, this place is going to get terrible and we wouldn't want to be living in them days. So that's why the Lord said, pray for a few days. You know why? Because if the Lord hadn't shortened the days, no flesh would be saved, as the scriptures say. Let's see if I get a no flesh. There's Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the Lord is going to shorten the days. Right? That's why he said we'll make a short work. Let me see if I get out of Romans 9, I believe. All right. And Romans 9 and 28. All right, this is the book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. You understand? And I wouldn't go down into that anymore, but straight to the point, you know. And these elites, they know that they have a short time. They know that the Lord making a short work. They see in the signs, you know. They see in the things in the heavens that happen. They see in what is taking place. They see in war in the air. They see that they're not winning the war. They see in, you know, prophecies taking place. The men of the Lord rising up on the highways and on the byways, standing boldly, you know, preaching truth, preaching things where they had hidden for years. They seeing it happening. You understand? They're using their sin to bring out these high-level demons. You understand? They're doing a lot. Seeking answers from Satan. Because we know that the elites worship him directly. You understand? And this is and I see now the reason why they understand that they are in the end is because this is not the first time prophets on the scene. Prophets was always on the scene, prophesying the downfall. And I could get that also in Jeremiah. Right. Bear with me here. Jeremiah 28 and 8. It says, straight to the point, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, just like Babylon, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right? And the thing is about, when you understand about that, is that these prophets are the same prophets here now preaching the downfall of Babylon, preaching the downfall and telling them that they go into slavery, telling them the facts, you know, telling them that what the meaning of the certain eclipse. The Lord said that he's going to send signs in the heavens. You understand? He's going to make them, and they're going to be afraid because they can't help. You understand? These people believe, they have astrologers, you know, watching the stars, stargazers. They have a lot of things, and it makes them frightened. You understand? Because why they even frightened? They're frightened because the scriptures say what? The heathens will be dismayed. I believe that's Jeremiah, the 10th chapter. Alright, so let's go back here. Jeremiah 10. Alright, Jeremiah 10 and verse what? 1. I'll read from the top. Hear ye the word. This is Jeremiah 10 and 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, right? The eclipse, the blood moons, all these things. For the heathen are dismayed at them, right? For the customs of the people are vain, right? And then it goes on into, the Christmas celebrations and whatever the case may be. But the customs are vain, which is why when they see these things, they are dismayed, they are afraid. You understand? They don't know if Yahushua come back now, but it's the fear in them. That's why they hold tight to and listening on what the prophets of the Lord saying. They just want to know. You understand? But they are also known as the deceivers and the deceived. Because they are being deceived by the spiritual demon Satan. And they are deceiving the people as well too. Right? So I'll jump to prove my point here. I'll jump to Luke 21. Luke 21, 20, 21, 21. Let's see first. Right, to prove the point I was saying about the signs that he have on Luke 21. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Which this heaven go back to what? This place, this rulership is going to be shaken. And I wouldn't read down here as yet, but I'll jump back to 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, right? Eclipse, all these things, and in the moon, the blood moons that we experience over the past times that it went, a lot of blood moons. In the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations. We see distress of nations. All these nations going through all kind of poverty, going through wars, calamities, a lot of things. Distress of nations. So there's the prophecy of the Lord happening. It says with perplexity, it says the sea and the waves roaring. Right? Now we see all these things as well. Verse 26 now, it says men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming, right, on the earth. Which the things that are coming on the earth is what? World War III. And not only that, the mark is yet to come out still. And then the powers of heaven is going to be shaken. The rulers. Right? And where it says, verse 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And what is the Son of Man, which Yahushua coming in great cloud, which is what? The chariot. Lord coming back with a chariot. With power and great glory. He's not coming back as a man. These are the scriptures that Esau knows. They know that the Lord not coming back as a man. They know he coming back terrible. You understand? That's why it's a men's heart feeling them to see these things. I'll jump up to verse 22. Right? It says, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And this is it. All things that which are written may be fulfilled. I don't want to read too much because I don't want to stick to the point. The elites, they know. Isaiah 14. How hast thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? How hast thou fallen? The Lord going to remove the mighty men out of Teman, the wise men, the wisest of them. He's going to remove it, and leave them how? In a done state. You understand? And that's using the term dunce, but that's what the Lord going to do to them. Right? You're going to make a short in this place where Esau can't triumph anymore. Because when you're destroying a man, you have to destroy him, internally, externally, his banking system, all these things crashing, currency, you have no choice but to run to push the mark, you know, the debt through the roof. Then he send them dreams, make them see the time that they're gonna be in chains, you know. Just like brothers get dreams of the kingdom, they get dreams of the kingdom as well too, but they in chains, they working, you know, not no 9 to 5, they working 24-hour shifts, you know. Only on the Sabbath they will pray to see the Sabbath, right? 24-hour shifts, double the cup. They working every single day. These are the things they fear how shall I come in and crush them. But this is what the scriptures prophesy about. Right? This is going to happen whether they like it or not. Right? So Lord's will in this video edifying through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. As they call Allah Yamla. Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and rule well. Salutation to the Yaki and preaching the truth to the folk of the in sincerity. Shalom.